Hey, it's Beth. Welcome to 2 Kings 22:11. When the king heard the words of the book of the law, he tore his clothes. Reading the Bible in a year. Today we are in 1 Chronicles chapters 25 through 27. David and the army commanders then appointed men from the families of Asaph, Heman, and Jeduthun to proclaim God's message to the accompaniment of lyres, harps, and cymbals. Here is a list of their names and their work. From the sons of Asaph, there were Zachar, Joseph, Nethaniah, and Asphaliah. They worked under the direction of their father Asaph, who proclaimed God's message by the king's orders. From the sons of Jeduthun, there were Gedaliah, Zeri, Jeshashiah, Shimei, Hashabiah, and Mattathiah, 6 in all. They worked under the direction of their father, Jeduthun, who proclaimed God's message to the accompaniment of the lyre, offering thanks and praise to the Lord. From the sons of Heman, there were Bukai, Mattanai, Uziel, Shubael, Jeremoth, Hananiah, Eliathah, Gidalti, Romamtiezer, Joshbekashah, Malothi, Hothir, and Mahah, for God had honored him with 14 sons and 3 daughters. All these men were under the direction of their fathers as they made music at the house of the Lord. Their responsibilities included playing of cymbals, harps, and lyres at the house of God. Asaph, Jeduthun, and Heman reported directly to the king. They and their families were all trained in making music before the Lord, and each of them, 288 in all, was an accomplished musician. The musicians were appointed to their term of service by means of sacred lots, without regard to whether they were young, old, teacher, or student. The first lot fell to Joseph of the Asaph clan and 12 of his sons and relatives. The second lot fell to Gedaliah and the 12 of his sons and relatives. The third lot fell to Zakur and 12 of his sons and relatives. The fourth lot fell to Zeri, 12 of his sons and relatives. The fifth lot fell to Nethaniah and 12 of his sons and relatives. The sixth lot fell to Bukiah and 12 of his sons and relatives. The seventh lot fell to Asherah and 12 of his sons and relatives. The eighth lot fell to Jeshiah, 12 of his sons and relatives. The ninth lot to Mattaniah and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 10th lot fell to Shimei and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 11th lot fell to Uziel and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 12th lot fell to Hashabiah and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 13th lot fell to Shubael and 12 of his sons and relatives. And the 14th lot to Mattathiah and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 15th lot fell to Jeremoth and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 16th lot fell to Hananiah and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 17th lot fell to Joshbekashah, 12 of his sons and relatives. The 18th lot fell to Hanani and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 19th lot fell to Malothi and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 20th lot fell to Elithah and 12 of his sons and relatives. The 21st lot fell to Hothir and 12 of his sons and relatives. 22nd lot fell to Gidalti and 12 of his sons and relatives. And the 23rd lot fell to Mahazioth and his 12 of his sons and relatives. And the 24th lot fell to Romamti-Azar and 12 of his sons and relatives. These are the divisions of the gatekeepers. From the Korathites, there was Meshelemiah, son of Kor, the family of Abisaph. The sons of Melishemiah were Zechariah, the oldest, Jediel, the second, Zabdiah, the third, Jethaniel, the fourth, Elam, the fifth, Johanan, the sixth, and Elihonai, the seventh. The sons of Obed-Edom were also gatekeepers, were Shemaiah, the oldest, Jehozabad, the second, Joah, the third, Sakar, the fourth, Nathaniel, the fifth, Amiel, the sixth, Issachar, the seventh, and Peluthai, the eighth. God had richly blessed Obed-Edom. Obed-Edom's son Shemaiah had sons with great ability who were in positions of great authority in the clan. Their names were Othni, Raphael, Obed, and Elzabad. Their relatives Elihu and Shemachiah were also very capable men. All these descendants of Obed-Edom, including their sons and grandsons, 62 of them in all, were very capable men, well qualified for their work. Amelamai's 18 sons and relatives were also very capable men. Hosha of the Merari clan appointed Shimri as leader among his sons, though he was not the oldest. His other sons included Hilkiah the second, Tebaliah the third, and Zechariah the fourth. Husha's sons and relatives, who served as gatekeepers, numbered 13 in all. These divisions of the gatekeepers were named for their family leaders, and like the other Levites, they served at the house of the Lord. They were assigned by families for guard duty at various gates, without regard to age or training, for it was all decided by means of sacred lot. The responsibility for the east gate went to Meshelemiah and his group. The north gate was assigned to his son, Zechariah, a man of unusual wisdom. The south gate went to Obed-Edom, and his sons were put in charge of the storehouse. Shupam and Husha were assigned the west gate and the gateway leading up to the temple. Guard duties were divided evenly. 6 Levites were assigned each day to the east gate, 4 to the north gate, 4 to the south gate, and 2 pairs at the storehouse. 6 were assigned each day to the west gate, 4 to the gateway leading up to the temple, and 2 to the courtyard. These were the divisions of the gatekeepers from the clans of Korah and Merari. The other Levites, led by Ahijah, were in charge of the treasuries of the house of God and the treasuries of the gifts dedicated to the Lord from the family of Libni. In the clan of Gershon, Jehiel was the leader. The sons of Jehiel, Zetham, and his brother Joel, were in charge of the treasuries of the house of the Lord. These are the leaders that descended from Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. From the clan of Amram, Shebuel was a descendant of Gershom, son of Moses. He was chief officer of the treasuries. His relatives through Eleazar were Rehabiah, Jeshishiah, Joram, Zikri, and Shelomoth. Shelomoth and his relatives were in charge of the treasuries containing the gifts that King David, the family leaders, and the generals and captains and other officers of the army had dedicated to the Lord. These men dedicated some of the plunder that they had gained in battle to maintain the house of the Lord. Shelomoth and his relatives also cared for the gifts dedicated to the Lord by Samuel the seer, Saul son of Kish, Abner son of Ner, and Joab son of Zeruiah. All the other dedicated gifts were in their care too. From the clan of Izhar came Kenaniah, and his sons were given administrative responsibilities over Israel as officials and judges. From the clan of Hebron came Hashabiah, and his relatives, 1,700 capable men, were put in charge of the Israelite lands west of the Jordan River. They were responsible for all matters related to things of the Lord and the service of the king in that area. Also from the clan of Hebron came Jeriah, who was the leader of the Hebronites according to the genealogical records. In the 40th year of David's reign, a search was made in the records, and capable men from the clan of Hebron were found at Jazer in the land of Gilead. There were 2,700 capable men among the relatives of Jeriah. King David sent them to the east side of the Jordan River and put them in the charge of the tribes of Reuben and Gad and half-tribe of Manasseh. They were responsible for all matters related to God and to the king. This is a list of the Israelite generals and captains and their officers who served the king by supervising the army divisions that were on duty each month of the year. Each division served for 1 month and had 24,000 troops. Jashabim, son of Zabdiel, was commander of the 1st Division of the 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the first month. He was a descendant of Perez and was in charge of all the army officers for the first month. Dodai, a descendant of Ahoah, was commander of the 2nd Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the second month. Mikloth was his chief officer. Ananiah, son of Jehoiada the priest, was commander of the 3rd Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 3rd month. This was the Benaniah who commanded David Elite's military group, known as the 30. His son, Ammizabad, was his chief officer. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was commander of the 4th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 4th month. Asahel was succeeded by his son, Zebediah. Shammah, the Izrahite, was commander of the 5th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 5th month. Ira, son of Ikesh from Tekoa, was commander of the 6th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 6th month. Lez, a descendant of Ephraim from Pelon, was commander of the 7th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 7th month. Sibbecai, a descendant of Zerah from Husha, was commander of the 8th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 8th month. Abiezer from Anatoth, in the territory of Benjamin, was commander of the 9th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 9th month. Merari, a descendant of Zerah from Netopha, was commander of the 10th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 10th month. Hananiah from Pirathon in Ephraim was commander of the 11th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 11th month. Led, descendant of Othniel from Netopha, was commander of the 12th Division of 24,000 troops, which was on duty during the 12th month. The following were the tribes of Israel and their leaders: Reuben, Eleazar, son of Zikri; Simeon, Shephatath, son of Makkah; Levi, Hashabiah, the son of Kemuel; Aaron, meaning the priests; Zadok; Judah, Elihu, a brother of David; Issachar, Omri, son of Michael; Zebulun, Ishmaiah, son of Obadiah; Naphtali, Jeremoth, son of Azriel; Ephraim, Hoshea, son of Azariah; Manasseh west, Joel, son of Pedaiah; Manasseh in Gilead, east, Edo, son of Zechariah; Benjamin, Jaashiel, son of Abner; Dan, Azriel, son of Jehoram. These were the leaders of the tribes of Israel. When David took his census, he did not count those who were younger than 20 years of age, because the Lord had promised to make Israelites as numerous as the stars in heaven. Joab, son of Zeruiah, began the census, but never finished it, because the anger of God fell on Israel. The total number was never recorded in King David's official records. Asmaveth, son of Adiel, was in charge of the palace treasuries. Jonathan, son of Uzziah, was in charge of the regional treasuries throughout the towns, villages, and fortresses of Israel. Ezri, son of Calub, was in charge of the field workers who farmed the king's lands. Shimei from Ramah was in charge of the king's vineyards. Zabdi from Shephem was responsible for the grapes and the suppliers of wine. Baal-Hanan from Geder was in charge of the king's olive groves and sycamore fig trees in the foothills of Judah. Joash was responsible for the supplies of olive oil. Shitrai from Sharon was in charge of the cattle on the Sharon plain. Shaphat, son of Adlai, was responsible for the cattle in the valleys. Obil, the Ishmaelite, was in charge of the camels. Jedediah from Menonoth was in charge of the donkeys. Jaziz, the Hagarite, was in charge of the king's flocks of sheep and goats. All these officials were overseers of King David's property. Jonathan, David's uncle, was a wise counselor to the king, a man of great insight and a scribe. Jehiel, the Hachmonite, was responsible for teaching the king's sons. Ahithophel, the royal advisor. Hushai, the Archite, was the king's friend. Ahithophel was succeeded by Jehoiada, son of Benaniah, by Abiathar. Joab was commander of the king's army. The book of John, chapter 16, verse 16 through 33. In a little while you won't see me anymore, but a little while after that you will see me again. Some of the disciples asked each other, "What does he mean when he says, 'In a little while you won't see me, but then you will see me'? And 'I am going to the Father'? And what does he mean by 'a little while'? We don't understand." Jesus realized they wanted to ask him about it, so he said, "Are you asking yourselves what I meant? I said, 'In a little while you won't see me, but a little while after that you will see me again.' I tell you the truth, you will weep and mourn over what is going to happen to me, but the world will rejoice. You will grieve, but your grief will suddenly turn to wonderful joy. It will be like the woman suffering pains of labor. When her child is born, her anguish gives way to joy because she has brought a new baby into the world. So you have sorrow now, but I will see you again. And then you will rejoice, and no one can rob you of that joy. At that time, you won't need to ask me for anything. I tell you the truth, you will ask the Father directly, and he will grant your request because you use my name. You haven't done this before. Ask using my name, and you will receive, and you will have abundant joy. I have spoken these matters in figures of speech, but soon I will stop speaking figuratively, and will tell you plainly all about the Father. Then you will ask in my name. I am not saying I will ask the Father on your behalf, for the Father himself loves you dearly because you love me and believe that I came from God. Yes, I came from the Father into the world, and now I will leave the world and return to the Father." Then his disciples said, "At last you are speaking plainly and not figuratively. Now we understand that you know everything, and there is no need to question you. From this we believe that you came from God." Jesus asked, "Do you finally believe? But the time is coming. Indeed, it is here now, when you will be scattered, each one going to his own way, leaving me alone. Yet I am not alone because the Father is with me. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in my name. Here on earth, you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world. Thus ends the reading for today. Never walk alone.